Hey there guys, so I got this Wagram game here and I'm trying to decide whether I want to keep playing, and I think that's probably the first clue that I don't want to keep playing. Seems to me, and I'm only 2 turns into it, so, admittedly my play has been very fractured because I've been in and out of the house a lot and playing some other games as well. But that said, the cycling of activations, this sequence over here, where, and the Austrians would typically be set up over here, but since we're playing solo, we've got them both together. This cycling of, picking a guy, picking the order of the first 3 that you wish to play. You pick a guy, put him up into the activator pile, scoot all these guys down, then you pick another one and put him in order 3, scoot them all down, and then move, combat, and then come and do an initiative roll with an adjustment based on how many times you have already been activated. It's one of those things where it's just kind of a drag, and I'm not feeling the linear nature of the combat, and it may be because the scale is a little bigger than what I've been used to with something like the Brigade series, the Napoleonic Brigade series from the gamers. So I'm a little betwixt and between my enjoyment of this. I feel like I'm working way too hard to have some fun here, and the maneuvering is somewhat limited, which obviously makes sense for Napoleonics. The French are very heavily outnumbered in this battle, and I can already feel, although they are doing okay in the initial opening turns, that this is going to quickly become a beatdown. And quite frankly, I'm not feeling like I have a lot of historical options or choices here. I was planning on trying to drive these guys around the flank across the river, but we have range considerations for command to consider, and there's only a 9 hex or 9 space area. What do you want to call these things? These 5-sided things. Most of them are 5-sided. Some are 6-sided, I guess. But these areas. Anyway, I think there might be a game in here that is cool. I'm not sure I want to invest the time and effort to make it happen. I think it might be more interesting to be a 2-player game, where the choices that need to be made for combat, when you look at the combat table here, there are a number of elements that need to be thought through. What defense are you going to take up? Are you going to elect to retire in good order? Are you going to refuse combat? Are you going to fight to the death, hold the ground type of thing? What sort of tactical situation are you in? That's just your typical flanking stuff, pluses and minuses. Not a lot of choices down here, but these defensive and offensive options, playing it solo, I find it hard to make reasoned choices at the point in time that you need to without making it feel too artificial. And I don't want to start rolling dice for things of that nature. So, nice components. I'm not a big fan of the these artwork on a counter like this. They just look like a little piece of snot or throw up on a counter. But the rest of the stuff is great. The color coding is excellent. Helps keep the formations together. The information on the counters is all very straightforward and makes sense. And once you sit down and read the rules very, very carefully and think it through and actually write down the outline of play and how it goes and what the different steps are, particularly for the activation cycle and the operational movement aspects of the game, then it is a relatively simple and straightforward game. I just don't know that 7 or 8 cycles of this action here per turn for 13 turns, and then the second day, that just seems like an awful lot of work for it seems like the number of activations and the number of movements and the scale of this thing the number of activities that occur at the scale, I should say, are something's out of whack there somewhere. It doesn't feel right. But hey, I'm sure maybe someone else can play it and help me understand a little bit more about how this should all work out. I'd really be interested in trying to put this back on the table again. But for now, I think we're going to pack this bad boy up, and we'll see what's next on the deck.